Psychology reveals that women who want to sleep with you will change this around you. Most guys miss it, but when a woman is sexually attracted to you, she doesn't always move toward you. Instead, she changes things around you, silently. Psychology calls this environmental positioning. It's her way of signaling desire without saying a word. In this video, we'll break down 12 subtle shifts women make. And the final one? It's the deepest psychological cue of all. 1. She starts softening her nose without actually saying yes. You ask if she's free Friday, and she says, "I think I have something, but let me check." You mention a movie you like, and instead of saying, "I don't really watch that stuff," she goes, "That's interesting." It's not a yes, but it's no longer a firm no. She's creating space for connection, not filling it with rejection. Why? Because sexual interest isn't just about jumping into bed, it's about creating openings. And one of the first shifts you'll notice is that her previously solid walls become sliding doors. This kind of pivot often flies under the radar. Guys miss it because they're waiting for the obvious green light, but women don't flash green. They ease off the brakes. It's her nervous system testing the waters. She's not diving in yet, but she's untying the life jacket. 2. She subtly shifts the emotional energy, from playful to primal. At first, the vibe is light, friendly, bantery. It's all laughs and memes and ironic takes. But then, it gets charged. You say something a bit darker or more intense, and instead of laughing it off, she leans into it. You mention dreams, fears, past regrets, and she doesn't flinch. In fact, she mirrors you. She wants to go deeper because she's starting to want you in her deeper spaces, energetically, emotionally, and, let's not pretend, physically. It's a shift from, "Haha, you're so silly," to, "I feel like you really see me." Because when a woman is gearing up to get naked with someone, she often needs to feel like he sees past the mask. So she changes the channel from PG banter to R-rated emotional tension. And she'll do it so subtly that you'll think it's just natural evolution. But it's not. It's deliberate, even if she doesn't fully realize she's doing it. 3. She starts hiding things, but not in the way you'd think. Here's a weird one. When a woman is sexually interested in you, she might start concealing things she used to overshare. Not to be deceptive, but to become more curated. She's crafting mystery. Maybe she used to tell you about her Hinge disasters or her random DM convos. But now, she's quiet about other guys. She no longer brings up the crazy ex. She skips over parts of her weekend. She's editing because she wants to be taken seriously as a potential lover, not just a drinking buddy. And here's the mind bender. This kind of concealment isn't coldness. It's self-positioning. She's not hiding herself from you. She's highlighting the parts she wants you to focus on. It's the digital equivalent of hiding your tagged photos and only leaving up the best selfies. She's switching from, "Here's all of me," to, "Here's what I want you to want." And when that shift happens, you better believe desire is in the room. Before we move on, if you're the kind of guy who's doing the inner work, not just chasing results, type growth in the comments. That mindset hits different. 4. She plays with time and makes your time feel elastic. You ever notice how time seems to disappear around someone you're attracted to? Women do too. And when they want to escalate, they'll manipulate the structure of your interactions to make time feel less limited. She doesn't say, "I've got 15 minutes. Instead, she lingers. She invites you into unstructured time, situations that stretch out, a late-night call that just keeps going, a coffee that turns into walking around for hours, a quick visit that becomes a cozy hang. And when it's time to part, she doesn't rush. She stalls, stands in the doorway, mentions something random just to keep the energy alive. Why? Because she's trying to give your connection space to breathe and build. It's not just about enjoying you. It's about engineering the kind of emotional buildup that makes physical intimacy feel inevitable, not impulsive. Men rush when they want sex. Women stretch time when they do. Watch for it. 5. She changes the way she touches, even if the touches are fewer. Forget the classic signs like "she touches your arm." That's public domain advice. Here's what actually signals interest. She gets precise with her touch. The touches become fewer, but more loaded. A deliberate, soft hand on your lower back, not your shoulder. Brushing lint off your shirt, slowly. Not a hug, but the way she exhales when she hugs you, like she's releasing something. These aren't playful social touches. They're testing touches. She's watching your response, gauging your body language. It's like her fingertips are saying, "What happens if I cross this line? Will you meet me there?" And it's not random. If you've noticed a change from friendly and flirty to subtle but specific, that's not a downgrade. It's an upgrade in intention. Because when a woman wants you, she doesn't need to throw herself at you. She just needs to touch you in a way that makes you remember her hours later. 6. She changes her self-description to match your attraction triggers. This one's pure psychological gold. If a woman's thinking about sleeping with you, she'll start subtly shaping the way she presents herself based on what she suspects you respond to. You talk about how you love quiet mornings and deep thinkers. Suddenly, she's been really into meditation lately. You mention loving outdoorsy women. She's actually been wanting to get back into hiking. You praise confidence and independence. She never really needed anyone. She's not being fake. She's amplifying the parts of herself that resonate with you. Not because she's trying to manipulate you, but because sexual attraction isn't just about being hot. It's about being seen as compatible. This change is strategic authenticity. She's showcasing traits that signal, I'm the kind of woman who fits in your world and your bed. Guys often miss this shift because it sounds casual, but if you pay attention to the pattern, the way she starts aligning her identity with your desires, you'll realize she's not just sharing, she's positioning, and women only do that when they see you as a man worth seducing. 7. She rearranges her social calendar in ways she doesn't announce. Here's where things get stealthy. She won't tell you she canceled plans. She won't broadcast that she swapped a girls' night for a chance to see you. But suddenly, she's available, conveniently, consistently, casually. And it's not just about showing up. It's about what she's giving up to do it. She might pretend she was already nearby, but in reality, she moved things around, quietly. She doesn't say, I skipped my workout for this. She just shows up and acts like this hangout was always the plan. Why? Because showing interest without exposing vulnerability is an art form. She's rearranging her life to make space for you, without making it look like you're now the center of her universe. It's a balancing act. Make herself accessible without seeming eager. She wants you to feel her presence but not see the effort. Most guys think attention equals interest, but women often show desire through what they deprioritize. And if you've become the exception in her very curated world, yeah, she's thinking about more than just coffee. 8. She stops correcting your assumptions, especially the flirty ones. This one's subtle, but psychologically powerful. Let's say you half-jokingly suggest she's trouble, or that she seems like the type who'd keep a guy up all night, and instead of playfully pushing back or denying it, she lets it hang. Maybe she even smirks. Maybe she says, "What makes you say that?" Or she goes, maybe, with that knowing tone. This is a calculated shift in resistance. She's stopped managing your impression of her. Why? Because she likes the direction it's heading. A woman who's not interested in being seen as a sexual partner will push back, directly or subtly. But when she lets your suggestive comments breathe, doesn't shut them down, she's creating psychological permission. It's not about dirty talk. It's about letting the idea of you plus her live in the room without being suffocated. And when she stops correcting your flirty frame, that's not submission, that's invitation. 9. She starts using language that draws emotional contrast, not just connection. Let's unpack this, because it's not common advice, but it's pure social dynamics. When a woman shifts from seeing you as just a nice guy to someone she's sexually considering, she often starts differentiating you from others, not just liking you, separating you. She says things like, "You're not like most guys. I don't usually open up like this. You kind of throw me off a little." She's not just complimenting you, she's disrupting her own pattern around you. Why does this matter? Because the path to attraction isn't always through comfort. Sometimes it's through contrast, through feeling a new internal tension, a new charge. She's not changing herself to win you. She's acknowledging that you're changing how she feels about herself. And when she frames you as the exception, not the category, her brain is creating distance from others and closing the gap toward you. That's not flirting. That's preparation. 10. She becomes more aware of your sensory experience, not just her appearance. When most people think about women trying to seduce men, they think lipstick, perfume, heels, but that's surface-level stuff. What gets missed is when she starts thinking about your 5 senses, not just how she looks in the mirror. Suddenly, she's asking, do you like this scent? Or lighting candles? Or choosing music she thinks you'll like? Or cooking something, even if it's just toast, because she knows smell equals memory. This is deep psychology. She's not just decorating herself. She's designing the environment around you to register as intimate, pleasurable, familiar. She starts to think like a mood, not a person. That's how you know the shift has happened. Because now it's not about how she appears to the world. It's about how you feel in her presence. That level of sensory engineering is not accidental. It's prelude. 11. She subtly shifts her questions, from curiosity to compatibility. At first, her questions were surface level. What do you do? What kind of movies do you like? Now she's asking future-leaning or lifestyle-anchored things. Could you ever live somewhere quiet? Do you think people can be with just one person forever? What's your ideal weekend look like? She's not planning your wedding. She's testing your energy, trying to understand if her desire for you could actually land somewhere. But here's the trick. These questions don't feel serious. They're disguised as banter or curiosity, but they serve a deeper purpose. She's triangulating something, trying to figure out, if I open this door with him, is it going to lead somewhere I want to be? This is where sexual interest meets relational calculus. Because for many women, desire alone isn't enough. They want desire plus possibility. When her questions start blending philosophy, lifestyle, and intimacy, she's mapping you into her world. That's a prelude to intimacy that feels earned, not just allowed. 12. She stops watching the clock and starts watching your eyes. This is the final, and often most misread, shift. You're mid-conversation, and she's not checking her phone. She's not mentioning early mornings. She's not glancing around the room like she's waiting for an exit cue. Instead, she's watching you, not just admiring, tracking, micro-expressions, word choice, eye movement, energy shifts, and not because she's nervous, but because she's invested. This change is about psychological absorption. She's no longer half in the room. She's all in, observing you the way someone watches a flame dance, not controlling it, just studying what it does. It's one of the most powerful forms of feminine attention. Not loud, not theatrical, just full, quiet, engaged. She's not killing time. She's feeling it stretch, because you've become a moment she doesn't want to end. That's not just connection. That's invitation without pressure. And that, more than any line or body language cue, is when you know, she doesn't just like you. She wants to be wanted by you. For deeper advice, subscribe.